Good morning. Happy Egyptian New Year and happy Lionsgate. Happy almost done with the 777 portal. All the fun stuff. Oh my goodness. We're having a completely Egyptian month over on my Patreon channel. Everything's Egyptian. I'll link that up later for you, but I had this question come through today and I really wanted to answer it. Yeah. This was a big one. um and it gave me the opportunity to come on and talk about the true nature of the Akashic Records and how we are multidimensional beings with various experiences of the Akashic Records inside of time, and that time is not a one-track event. Do you know where I'm going with this? The way that I view the Akashic Records has to do with looking inside of time and then getting a bird's eye view and looking at all the different variations and themes of one path spreading out like a wildflower throughout cosmic nature, with many branches, many leaves, many beautiful flowers. Some of those flowers containing seeds that drop off and start another flower and another whole view of the same theme, versus looking at Egyptian history, particularly of Thoth, and looking at it in this mindset of this is the truth and this is the only truth about Thoth. When we understand the truth of the Akash, we can understand that someone in their multidimensional nature, just like that wildflower in the garden of records, someone can have one little seed, and from that seed, they branch off into tens, hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions, billions of trillions of concepts, not at the beginning and then at the middle and then at the end. That's your polarism view coming from the matrix. But outside of the matrix, in full divine nature, in cosmic consciousness, that truth is going to split off at the same time. And then you're going to perceive it as one side that's evil, one side that's not, one side that's someone in between. You're going to perceive sometimes something a little bit more dense or more light, and that equates to past or future. And when you come into full circle in the Akash and you understand and you really break out of the matrix and get out of the dualism view, and when we stop polarizing themes, we can see that Thoth has many representations. And depending upon how you want to see that and how you want to experience that, you're going to go through the Akash, and perhaps the side of the coin that you're on when you woke up that morning has to do with Thoth as the evil Luciferian with false priesthood, who started a whole Annunaki division in humanity and created a slave race. There's a saying in Buddhism that rings true in the Akash as well, and it is, a Buddhist will see only Buddhists. You know where I'm going with this. And the saying also says, a pig will see only pigs. So in this case with Thoth, your light, when you're seeing from that perspective and you flip that coin, because that's what reincarnation is like. It's like flipping a coin. When you flip that coin during that reincarnation, it's like waking up on the right or the wrong side of the bed. And it's that simple. You could be experiencing Thoth as a beautiful design of cosmic DNA activation with a purpose of oneness and unity, as I see Thoth. If you woke up on the wrong side of the Akashic Record bed that morning in your particular incarnation, you could see him from a different light that teaches a lot of people and also scares you. But it's still teaching a lot of people, even if it scares you. So is it true that he had this side that was a great Luciferian imposter, and also a great Hermetic priest that participated in a grave deception to those who trusted him, leading Annunaki race ultimately into a genetic superiority over angelic humanity by aligning with certain invaders perhaps in one view, just like the false light and the false matrix is a view for someone else who wants that experience. So I can't say it's not true. I've seen that perspective of Thoth and that particular alignment in the Akashic Records. And then I've seen a particularly different alignment for those who want to really transcend polarism, not play into that dream reality, and go into new earth. And in the opposing reality to that, and believe me, there always is one. If there's dark, there's light. If you see good, there's going to be bad. So flip the coin over into the different side of Thoth. That's what I advise you do today. What questions do you have about Thoth? We're going into a whole Egyptian theme this month, celebrating the Egyptian New Year. We have a free, yes, free Akashic Records reading. Your Akash, your Egyptian Akash is the name of that. And when you are a Patreon, you get that one for free. So make sure you reach out to us from your Patreon account or email us if you want. About that. I may not catch it on YouTube comment, but you're welcome for that. And any questions that you have for the next 8 minutes before I have to head into sessions for the day will be about Thoth, about Egypt, about anything in relation to the true cosmic nature of the Akashic Records. Okay, and you'll notice that I do have subscribers only mode on, so please take a moment to subscribe, and keep in mind, if you want that free offer, any tier on Patreon gets it. If you're a tier, reach out to us. And if you are, I should back that up. It is a loyalty offer for people who are around from June, July, August, or if you're brand new to Patreon, those people get it. Brand new, or if you've been here a while. Otherwise, I'd be like, oh my gosh, at this for a year. Okay, first question. Who helped build the pyramids? That is a beautiful question. I was actually going to go on here today and talk about this. So I'm so happy that you brought it up. That was almost the theme. So Thoth actually was one of the designers of the cosmic portal between the heavens and the earth. So instead of looking at the pyramids, this is how we typically look at the pyramids. And I will discuss this more in our class in channelings. Hold on, let me get you something that I can draw on so I can show you their true nature. Somebody asked me on Patreon the other day, were they man-made crystals? And I'm like, well, you're right about the crystalline part, but not the man-made part. So if you consider this to be Earth, and you typically look at pyramids like this, I want you to look at pyramids a little bit like this instead, and consider them a channel for cosmic initiation coming from source. This is where the light comes in and going deep into the earth, deep into Agartha, or the inner earth nature. So you can't find this in science, but you can find it in certain degrees of higher dimensional living. You can go there and have your own experience and go into those inner chambers, not just the king's chambers here, the very, very pit or right up underneath. I mean, way down into inner earth. These are, if you took Earth out of the equation, this is more of what the pyramids look like. They are not man-made. They are cosmic portals. And there is a crystalline energy within each of the stones. And when activated by extraterrestrial beings, those stones moved into place. And that's how they were created. Not by humans dragging stuff around. Isn't that so silly? You see like archaeology's design about what they think we did to create it. And really, we drug things around, our little wimpy butts? Seriously? It's funny. Okay, 5 more minutes for questions. Let's go. Let's see if there's anything else. Are the Egyptian gods ascended masters? Okay, let's give you the non-dualistic view of ascended masters. You can ascend in darkness, or you can ascend in light. You can ascend from killing the crap out of someone. I bet you didn't know that, did you? Because that's your role, to awaken thousands of people by becoming a mass murderer. You can ascend into the reptilian nature by doing that. So let's not be so quick to give credibility to all the ascended masters as beautiful enlightened beings who are nothing but love and joy and oneness. I'm going to give you that other view. Are they? Yes. but it's different than what you think. It's not always called into being that ascended masters are full of love and light. Yeah. Were they tall ETs that built the pyramids? Some of them, but not all of them. This is by cosmic design. So these buildings began to come into place over 11,000 years ago. And it's not just one group or race that built them. Oh, my goodness. Such a fun question today. Such a fun question about Thoth. And yes, I do believe he was a Hermetic priest. But in even the nature of the question kind of presents in a way that Luciferian is all bad, but even the Luciferian construct has both light and dark constructs, both helpful and harmful constructs. Let's see, next question. How do we get into our records? I've got so many classes and challengings on that this month on my Patreon. I'll link it up to you later, but I only have a few minutes. And the deepest way you can get into your records is to just turn off the noise in your mind, create a visual for yourself. If you're a light-oriented person, visualize. If you're a sound-oriented person, try music or sound to get in there. Try asking with deep intent and proper intent. You have to understand intention in order to utilize the Akashic Records properly and in a healthy way. Otherwise, you'll see things that you're not ready for. Sometimes you can use hypnosis to get into it. Sometimes you can use mantra. There's so many ways to get into the Akash. But I really like to visualize. I'm a visual person, so I visualize doors opening. And that's just so many, just thousands and thousands and thousands of ways to get into the Akash. But we're going to be going into that on my Patreon channel this month in our Egyptian themed month. It's going to be a fun month. Let's see, next question. Is it correct that records are implanted into our Akash to help us maneuver current Earth life if we are newer souls? I am going to beg to differ about the nature of the question, because if you're here, it would be very, very rare that you would be a new soul. You have to be more like in grad school, not kindergarten, to be here. You have to have a degree of mastery to be here. So it's very rare that people actually have embodiment experiences as a new soul here. But the soul is a primarily human construct. So in that nature, if you're new to being human, it's possible that you would need to go into a certain degree of the Akashic Records to pull upon somebody else, say perhaps in your soul family's records, or just something in the Akash to help you. And yes, you can do that. It is possible to do that. All right. I'm going to go on later today. Or perhaps tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow is a better day for me to do the world predictions for August 2023. And then I'll go on probably coming back Monday or Tuesday to talk about the cosmic energy theme in relation to ascension. And we'll probably have Dolores again and the Galactic Council of 9. If you want to stay tuned to my channel for that, that'll be coming up this weekend. Anytime Friday to Monday, those two things. And if you want more of the Egyptian theme, just check out the link at the top of the chat. Thank you so much for subscribing, liking, sharing, your support on this channel. And thanks for coming today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.